no glare, so I can wear my glasses. Perfect. Okay. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Pretty Girls Love Gospel Music, where you don't have to choose between being a pretty girl and a woman of God. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I am so happy to just be sitting here in front of y'all and having the ability to unpack my week, the first 2 weeks of the year. Because honestly, if I'm being so for real right now, first of all, I got a mic. How are we feeling about it? What do we think? I got tired of holding my phone up, so I'm like, let me just buy a mic. So I bought a mic. Got a mic, period. And also, what else do I have? I have a mic. Oh, and I'm wearing my glasses this time, which I normally, sorry y'all, I normally wouldn't wear my glasses in a video because of the glare from my ring light, but I wear glasses, y'all, and I love my glasses, so I'm gonna wear my glasses. So I'm so sorry for the glare of my ring light. Maybe I can turn it down a little bit. Let's see, what does that look like? Okay, I actually like this vibe much better. So I turned her down. Sorry y'all, I don't know why I'm just not even out of breath, but just antsy, a little too excited maybe. I don't know, but welcome back. I have had a crazy start of the new year. But first, before I get into that, this is the last thing that I'm gonna say, and then we're gonna get into what we're talking about. I want to say thank you to everybody who just reached out to me regarding the first episode of Pretty Girls Love Gospel Music. Y'all don't know, it really makes me feel good to know that there are people behind me who are we see what you're doing. I love it. I'm so happy for you. Da da da. It makes me feel good because I was nervous to do this. I was very nervous to start. So just having support from strangers, friends, family, I love y'all so much, and I'm so thankful. Yeah, if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Welcome. I hope you find comfort. I hope you find peace. I hope you find happiness. I hope you can laugh a little bit because I like to laugh. So I hope you can laugh a little bit too. But without further ado, let's get into it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get my water because I'm winded for some reason. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Last thing. I am in a different setting, but this is kind of going to be the most consistent setting because I'm back on campus, and yeah, it's snowing outside. I wish I could show y'all, but it's snowing outside. I left on yesterday. Today is Monday. So I left on Sunday the 14th, and I came down here because I knew it was going to be snowing, and I'm I don't want to have to travel in the snow, and I have to be at work on Thursday, I think. Thursday. So I'm no, we're not doing it. So here I am, new setting, new background. She's cute, she's cozy, she's fun. It was a little bittersweet leaving home because I love being at home with my family and stuff, but I also like just being in my own space. And I feel I get in my groove more when I'm in my own space. And I was kind of telling my mama that before, a week before I had left. I was telling her I don't know, I'm just not feeling good. I'm just not feeling like myself. I'm not feeling normal. So I think I'm gonna leave early to just get back in the groove. But I ended up just leaving whenever I said I was gonna leave. But let's get into why I was feeling that way anyway. So the first 2 weeks of the year were pretty crazy. And I think it's important for me to acknowledge that because in the first episode, I was very excited about this year. I was very excited, on a high about what 2024 was going to bring. And then, literally, the next, I was crying, y'all, boohoo crying on the 3rd, January the 3rd. Girl, I cried 3 times already this year. So yeah, it's fun. We're doing a thing or whatnot. I cried, but I think it's just important that I acknowledge that because yeah, I can be excited about something and I can know for a fact that something is going to happen for me this year. Like I can know for a fact that things are going to manifest in my life this year, but that doesn't mean that I won't experience hard times. That doesn't mean that I won't experience the tough times. But because I know that there is more to come, I know that I'll get over that. You know what I'm saying? We just finna flow and we just finna talk. Cause that's how I operate best. So God, come into this space, say what you gotta say, do what you gotta do. I was telling my mama that I just was not feeling like myself. Like I just wasn't feeling the best. I wasn't feeling good. I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm just not feeling good. And she was just like, do you just like feel like you're not in the word as much? And I'm like, no, because like I was still reading my Bible, but when I would read my Bible, it just didn't hit the same like how it used to, you know? And I was like, God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I need you to come in contact with me. Like I need us to be here. I need to be where you are. Like it's like you're here and I'm here. And you're like, look over here, come over here. And I'm not there. So I want you to bring me to where you are. A day or two later, I was reading the Bible. I think I was in Ezra or Ezra 5 or Ezra 4 or 5, one of those chapters. I believe it was Jerusalem, y'all. Please don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up. But I think it was Jerusalem. I promise I think it was Jerusalem. Hold on, let me look it up because I don't want to be wrong or anything like that. So let me look it up. Hold on, y'all. Yes, okay. They were rebuilding the house of God in Jerusalem, okay? They were rebuilding the house of God in Jerusalem. I asked God to deliver me to a specific verse, and He did that. So, like, I was reading a verse, and then I just kind of read around. So, King Darius is a king, obviously. And the control that they had over the states in Jerusalem, they were able to benefit from them, like get the taxes from them. They had access to that part of the city and everything like that. So with these people coming in, building the walls and building foundations for this house of God in Jerusalem, was the governor. His name was Tatanai, Tatanai. I don't know. Read it. Ezra chapter 5. Ezra 4 is really what I'm talking about, but Ezra 5 is like what he led me to kind of get me to understand what was going on and like made me want to talk about this topic a little bit. Tatanai, the governor, he wrote a letter to the king and was like, they're rebuilding this house of God. Like, what do we do? They're rebuilding it. What are we supposed to do about that? We're not going to have access to it. We're not going to get the tax money from it. Like, they're dangerous. Like, if you know anything about them, they're dangerous. That's basically what he's saying to them. Like, they're a threat to you and I. So what are we going to do? So King Darius said, tell them to stop. Put a stop to it. And don't take your eyes off of them. Just because they're not doing it doesn't mean that they're not doing it. You get what I'm saying? You probably don't, but that's okay. Now let's get into what God was telling me and just how He got me out of my funk for the most part. In chapter 4, He was just talking about like all of the opposition to the rebuilding, and that there were people who were sent to like discourage the people of Judah and make them scared to continue building. They were sent to like bribe them like out of building, like, oh, we'll give you this if you stop doing that. Like, oh, that's going to take all day. You shouldn't do that. Or this isn't what you want to do. That's what you want to do. And like they were accusing them of things like, oh, you're this, you're that. You think building this is going to make God, smile down on you or something like that. And God basically told me, like, right now, you're building a house of God in Jerusalem. You're the one building the house of God in Jerusalem. And the enemy is seeing that you're building a house of God in Jerusalem. And he sees that this is how I translated the walls and the foundation, okay? The walls are boundaries. The foundation is your relationship with God. Y'all know that song, Firm Foundation? Yeah, yeah, yeah. God was dealing with me. God was telling me this, period. When you're building these boundaries and you're establishing the foundation, or rebuilding your relationship with God, you're strengthening your relationship with God and rebuilding these boundaries, to therefore continue building the house of God, you're going to be faced with opposition. You're going to be faced with accusations. You're going to be faced with discouragement. You're going to be faced with so many different things. And in that moment, I was faced with the spirit of laziness. In high school and a little bit of college, I struggled terribly with depression and anxiety. Those were two things that I struggled with that I never could get out of until I started to read my Bible, until I got a better relationship with God. Depression and anxiety were like my two worst enemies. But depression and anxiety are a group of spirits working together. When you're depressed, you're tired, you don't want to take care of yourself, you cry all day, you don't eat, you sit in the bed. When you're anxious, you overthink, you stress, you worry, you cry, you don't take care of yourself. Like, those are groups of spirits that are working together. And I just kind of felt myself going down the spiral of anxiety and depression. But I caught the very first thing that made me realize that I was going down was the fact that I was just laying around all day. And I can easily say that it's because I didn't have anything to do. But the truth of the matter is, there is always something to do. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all, and it kind of blows my mind how I can sit in the same four walls for 24 hours a day. And at the end of, like, once I spent that time with God and I was just thinking about it, I prayed to him and I was like, God, I am so sorry for like wasting your day. I wasted your time and I am so sorry. Like, I truly felt convicted for not getting up, not doing anything. Like, I sat in the same four walls for 24 hours a day. And that's what the enemy wants us to do. The enemy wants us to stop, just like what was happening in Israel. They wanted them to stop building the foundation and building those walls, building those boundaries, because if they stop, they will still have access. If the people of Judah stopped, the king and the governor, they would still have access. And like, I just really had to come to the realization that a lot of the times the emotions that we feel, I'm not going to say that they aren't real, because they're very real. And I'm not going to say that they aren't valid, that they shouldn't be validated, because they should. But a lot of the times we allow them to go on for much longer than we should. Like, I was kind of, during that time where I was just like not feeling it, I was like beating myself up over things that happened in the past. And I'm like, maybe that's why like my year is just not starting off like how it should. Like, maybe it's because God didn't forgive me for what I did last year, or I'm not forgiving myself for what I did last year. But the truth of the matter is, I just carried those things into this year. And I want you to look, this is something that I learned heavily within like the last month, within December. Do not go with the flow. Let it go and grow. Okay? Stop going with the flow of anything. Like, stop saying, oh well, we'll just see what happens tomorrow. Like, if you're feeling a certain type of way about something, let it go in that moment. Let it go at that time. Don't go to sleep with it on your mind. Like, let it go and grow. I literally I pray, I write in my journal. After that, it's over. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to see it. If I do think about it, I'm like, God, please release me from these thoughts. Because if I'm thinking about it, I know that it's the enemy. Because why would God want me to sit and harbor over something that will cause me to stress? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Stop going with the flow of things. Stop saying, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'll see how I feel when I wake up. I'll see. No. Who said you're gonna wake up? And I hate to keep bringing that up, but that's honestly, that is what keeps me, like, that's what I tell myself. Who says that I'm gonna wake up tomorrow? So how am I gonna think about it tomorrow? I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what tomorrow holds. So how am I gonna think about something tomorrow when in fact today is the day? And it even says that in the Bible. I really wish that I knew like my Bible how I should. I really wish I knew my scripture how I should. And don't come for me. Don't be like, oh, you don't know your Bible, you don't know your scripture, girl. I know Jesus, so that's fine, you know. But anyways, today is the day for whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever it is that you have to do, whatever it is that you have to talk to God about. Today is the day. I was in church yesterday and my pastor said, what is it do you want God to do in your life? What is it do you want him to do for you? What is it do you want him to do in you? What is it do you want to manifest this year? What is it do you want to manifest in your family? What do you want from God? He said, you need to ask God today. Don't wait until June. Don't wait until July. Like, what was I about to say? I don't even know, y'all. I forgot. Brain fart. Let me just take a sip of water. Don't put out on the time limit, but you get what I'm saying. Whatever you want, you need to ask for it now. Whatever you have to do, you need to do it today. I hate to be that girl. I hate to be that girl, but I have to be that girl. Whatever you want, you need to ask for it today. Okay? Okay? I love y'all. And I just want y'all to know, like, just because your year starts off crappy, it starts off rough, it starts off rocky. Like last year, the beginning of my year was terrible. It was trash. It was kapoosh. It was kapoodled. But literally, in March, God said, I'm finna get you right together. And just within a couple of months after that, he got me right together. So I want y'all to know, like, just because your year is not starting off how you want it to start doesn't mean it's not going to get better. All you have to do is just keep reminding yourself, today is the day, today is the day, today is the day. Okay? Because today is the day. Like, it literally is the day. Today literally is the day. Today could be the day that you change your life by doing one thing. Are you going to do it? That's up to you. But today is the day that you can change your life. And I hate that it took me so long to like get out of my funk, because I feel like I could have been so much further this month. But that's another thing. You're right where God wants you to be. Oh, God just said that to me. You're right where you need to be. Like, you had to go through certain things to remember where you've come from. So that way, when you do get that very thing that you asked God for, you can look back and say, I remember at the beginning of the year, I did not think this was going to happen. Y'all, I was sitting in my bed. This all happened in the same night. The same night I told God that I was sorry. The same day that he gave me Ezra. This all happened in the same night. It was just like a very beautiful day. Like, that day was just beautiful. I was just sitting in my bed that same night, and I was just thinking, like, God, you changed my life. Like, you changed my life. And it happened so quickly. Like, of course it happened in like 6 or 7 months, but it felt like 6 or 7 days. Now that I look back on it, like, God changed my life. And that is why we go through the very things that we go through. Because just like the last episode, it's so much bigger than you. I want you to wash your face, brush your teeth, do your makeup, do your lashes, whatever you have to do to feel like that girl, to feel like a pretty girl who loves gospel music, whatever you have to do that, I need you to do it. Okay? I need you to do it. I need you to go put on that wig. I need you to go put on that bust down. Get that 613 platinum. Like, you know, like, do what you gotta do. Get that ash blonde, dark root. You know, do what you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do to feel like that girl, I need you to do it. Because today is the day. Girl, you might run into a God-fearing man on this day, but you will never know, because you're sitting in your bed, sad, depressed. About what? Just letting feelings take over for too long. There's a season for everything. I was driving here yesterday and I was just looking at the trees like, these trees are so ugly. They are so ugly. But then I just started to think about how beautiful they look in the springtime, in the fall. Like, there's a season for everything. There's not a year for one season. There's not a lifetime for one season, but there are 4 seasons in one year. So you're going to go through sadness. You're going to go through happiness. You're going to experience grief. You're going to experience all of the emotions, but that does not mean that they have to last for longer than a season. Don't let it go on for too long, sister, because it doesn't have to. It's not supposed to. It's not meant to. Don't let it go on for too long. Cut it short. Cut it short. Cut it short. Cut it short. Because we got things to do. We got kingdoms to build. We got businesses to build. We got lashes to do. We got nails to do. We got hair to do. We got makeup to do. We got content to create. We got all of this amazing stuff to do that God has placed on our hearts. And how are we able to do that if we're allowing the opposition to stop us? How are we doing that if we're allowing the opposition to stop us? Right. Exactly. So get out the bed. Okay. If whatever you're feeling like, if you know someone who's like been down and out, or if you just know someone who's going through a tough time, send them this video and let them know that Misha Keisha is telling them to get out the bed, wash their face, do their hair, put their makeup on, get those cute shoes, put on that outfit that they've been saving for a special occasion, because who says that you're gonna make it to that special occasion? And that's another thing, y'all. Like, I don't know, that's really not another thing, but a very fun fact that I have is I'm gonna stop saving outfits. Like, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna save that outfit for this. I'm gonna save that outfit for that. Like, what if I die? Yeah, I just bought this. And I was like, no, I'm gonna save this for like when I go to class or something. Da 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 da. No. Like, what if I die today? I at least want to die and people be like, dang, she put that junk on though. Like, she looked fly though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, put that outfit on, sister. It don't matter what the occasion is. You can put it back on. Like, we buy clothes to not wear them once. We buy them to wear them as many times as we want. Girl, get out of bed. Put on that outfit. Get cute. Remember that God does not want you to think about things that will cause you to be in a funk for too long, okay? Pray about it. Let it stop going with the flow. Let it go and grow. That's it. That's it. That's the word. Like, don't be like, I'm just so sad. Like, he left me. He haven't responded in like 12 hours. Like, I don't know what to do. Da, da, da. Pray about it. Pray for him. Pray that he okay. Pray that he's safe. And let it go. If he don't respond after that, then he just don't respond, sister, and there's nothing you can do about that. If somebody play in your face, like, pray for them and let it go. They played in your face, but they played in God's face first. And the congregation said, amen. They might have played in your face, but they played in God's face first. So God gonna handle them. All you gotta do is pray about it, let it go. It's nothing else you can do. Stop trying to take control over things that we genuinely don't have control over. We can't control how people treat us. You can't control whether or not God responds to you. Like, you can't control that. You can blow his phone up 15,000 times, and all he doing is showing his friends, like, look at her. Look at her. It's this girl on TikTok, and she like, imagine you breaking no contact and he respond back, but you are giddy and happy, but really he just told his friends, like, look at her, she's so stupid, she dumb. Like, imagine. So, girl, let it go and grow. Okay? it ain't got nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. It whatever people have to say about you has nothing to do with you. However people treat you has nothing to do with you. But what does have something to do with you is how you feel and how long you allow yourself to feel that way. And it shouldn't be for long. So get out of your funk, get out of your season. I'm calling an end to your season of depression. I'm calling an end to your season of anxiety and a beginning to a season of your joy, your peace, your happiness, your prosperity, your abundance, your love. Like, I'm just praying blessings over everyone who's watching this video. Like, whatever you're going through, read Ezra 4 and 5. Just get what you can from that. But I want y'all to know, like, we just allow our emotions to go on much longer than we should. And it's 2024. It's time to like wrap it up. So whatever happened in 2023, it happened in 2023. Whatever happened on January 14th, it happened on January 14th. Whatever happened the day before you're watching this video, it happened the day before you are watching this video. It didn't happen today. Okay, so stop worrying about it. Let it go. Just let it go, sister. Let it go. It's actually something that I want to add to this episode, or to this podcast in general, and it is a OOTD and a song of the week. So I guess I'll start my OOTD. I have on a Nike, it's like an oversized cropped pullover set. I have the matching pants on, and I have these little smiley face house shoes that I got from Walgreens for like $10, because you know. But that's my OOTD. Song of the week is Angel by Halle. I was going to say Halle Bailey. Angel by Halle Bailey. I feel like that kind of goes along with this episode. Oh my gosh, which is so crazy. But that's my song of the week, y'all. That's pretty much it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment if you feel moved to comment. Actually, just comment just because. Like, comment a heart or something to let me know that you're like tuned in, that you enjoyed this episode. Give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss episodes of Pretty Girls Love Gospel Music, which will be uploaded bi-weekly on Thursdays. Okay, make sure you guys are tuned in, turn on your post notifications and everything like that. I will also be trying to, like, you know, engage with you guys in the community post on YouTube once I figure out how to like maneuver that and like move with it and operate with it. I'm definitely going to be getting into community posts. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Misha Kishay, and also follow like my spam page at Where Is Misha. You can also follow me on TikTok at Misha Kishay. Post about the podcast. I love to see it. I love to just like, even if you don't view it, share it. If the podcast is not your vibe, share it to someone who the podcast is for, you know? Like, don't be stingy. Share me, you know? I know I'm cool, I know I'm funny, but like, share me with other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, please. Thank you. I pray that you guys have an amazing week, and I will see y'all not next week, but next week on Pretty Girls Who Love Gospel Music. Okay, because are you truly a pretty girl if you don't love gospel music?